And if you're just joining us, this is Bev Buncher from the BALM here on International Overdose Awareness Day. My next guest is BALM coach and BALM mom, Lori Bolen. Lori's daughter overdosed 3 times from methamphetamines and is alive and in recovery today. Lori's story of recovery for herself and her family is one that includes the BALM. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you, Bev. I'm honored that you asked me to participate in this event tonight, so thank you.
Well, I want to thank you, Lori, for really bringing this event to us because you told me about it. You did it when you lived in Phoenix, and rather than bring it to Ohio, you brought it to the BALM when you moved to Ohio. So thank you very much for that. So, Lori, could you share your journey with your daughter with us?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to try to respect everybody's time and give you the really abbreviated version. But her journey started when she was 15. Our daughters were in a very serious car accident, and my daughter was ejected. She had a traumatic brain injury. There were parts of her skull had broken inward and penetrated her brain. So it was the fact that she lived through that was an absolute miracle. And she had to learn to do everything all over again. Of course, once she came out of the coma, which was a process in itself, but then began the relearning everything, eating, drinking, walking, talking, just so in the process of course, you have this traumatic brain injury, so that is where the focus was. Of course, they were saving her life, but fast forward a couple of months, and so she's out of the trauma center, and I wish I had time to tell you that story. Total, just miracle story there. But she's out of the trauma center, and she's out of the step-down unit, and she's in the rehabilitation hospital. And we spent a long time there. But she was in some physical rehab, and she kept saying that, her arm hurt. And so, she had a set of x-rays. Well, she had x-rays, of course, in the emergency room, right? Anyway, they found 2 broken bones that they had missed. So set those, casted those. They did heal. She's got, to borrow Bill's word, some gnarly scars that she's really proud of. But anyway, this was, so to put it in perspective, 19 years ago. She just turned 34 yesterday. So we didn't know what we know now about opioids, right? And so the doctors had her on opioids. And I tell you, once that switch in their brain is flipped, all bets are off. And her journey just, it started there. And of course, while she's a minor and she's in our home and we're regulating, what we didn't know is that on the side here, right, there's alcohol and there's marijuana. And then after she leaves our home, begins the journey of, the trips to the emergency rooms and drug seeking and et cetera. And it just grows and grows and grows from there until about 10 years ago, it became meth. And that is just such a wicked, wicked journey. And most chronic meth users, their life expectancy is only 7 to 10 years. So the fact that she's here is a miracle. And she has overdosed 3 times. 3 times we have stood in emergency rooms and had doctors look us just square in the eyes and say, we have no idea why she's alive. She shouldn't be. And yet she is. So there is, and she's in a period of sobriety right now. So there is that hope. I guess what I really want to leave us with, again, trying to be mindful of the time, is, man, I was a crazy woman. I was a crazy woman for so many years, and just wanting to control every movement she made, every conversation she had. And I was literally killing us both, literally, until I got here, until I found the BALM and just developed that peace practice, that foundation of love that our program is built on, and really started healing, in my own self. And I had those nightmares for years and years of, I just know that they're going to call me and I'm going to have to go identify her body. And I just got to this place, and oh my goodness, do I not want to disrespect the people who have lost their loved ones when I say this, but the work that I did here in the BALM, I was truly able to get to the place of, no matter what happens, I'm gonna be okay. And that is the beautiful gift of the BALM, to me first, and then to my family, because our relationship was repaired. We're able to have conversations, and that aren't always me going, when are you gonna stop? You're killing yourself, you're killing me, right? But just be, be a mom and a daughter, and love and be connected. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that she's in this period of sobriety. And it's that balancing act of, it's fragile, that it's fragile. But the gift of the BALM is the peace inside me, and the love and the connection of putting our family back together. So I don't want my story to be one of, oh my gosh, her daughter overdosed 3 times. I want my story to be one of, there's hope. There's hope. There's for us and for our loved ones. And thank you.
So much, Lori. Is it okay if I just ask, does your daughter know you're in the BALM, and what was it like for her when you changed from being someone who was just spinning to someone who was calm and loving in the face of the devastation of her SUD?
Okay, so in order, yes, she knows I'm in the BALM, and I, like you and so many others, started out in Al-Anon. And Megan's, my daughter's first sponsor in AA happened to be my best friend, who is the one who got me in Al-Anon. So in one of her periods of sobriety, my daughter and I went to meetings together. So yes, she knows I'm in the BALM. She herself credits the BALM for the restoration of our relationship, because she saw the transformation in me. She got to experience my showing up in a different way for her.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Lori. I just, both of you, Bill and Lori and everybody, Joan, you've all given us such gifts tonight, gifts of your time and of your own stories, your own heartfelt stories, and the ways in which you are moving your lives forward in your own recovery. And we're very grateful to you and for all that you're doing. Wow. I guess that does it for our program tonight. At this point, we'll have a moment of silence for all of the loved ones who we have lost due to overdose, and a prayer for those we hope to keep alive. And I think we'll end with the BALM prayer, which I just thought of that idea, but it's kind of a nice one. If I can find it. If anybody has it nearby, you can start reading. It's funny. This is our BALM textbook. I wrote it, and there are stories of 12 coaches and families in this book, and it's all about the BALM program. But we do have a prayer that we say. People say it on their own. We don't prescribe prayers. And I would like to share it, but I don't know if I can find it, because I just don't know if I can. Does anyone see it anywhere? Oh, maybe it's in the index. BALM prayer. Can't find it. This has been such a heartfelt evening. And I hope that if you have the book, you'll get it. We will put the prayer, a copy of the prayer, into the course in the International Overdose Day, since I don't want to keep you guys up so late. But I do want to thank you all for coming and thank our speakers. And of course, we're praying for everybody's loved ones, those who've passed on and those who are still with us. And we're praying for all the families on the call. May everyone find the light of peace and love and walk with all of us the loving path to family recovery. Take care, everybody. Thanks again for coming. Good night.